Scott, we've been talking about this, kind of speculating about whether or not there would be an extension of the truce. Now we've got these details. What more are you learning?
Good morning, Marcia. It appeared all morning today the two sides were close to this extension as they continue to work through the fourth day of the original agreement to pause fighting for 4 days that would allow for a swap of hostages for prisoners and allow more humanitarian aid to get into the region. So what we're hearing from the Qatari officials is that this would be extended for 2 more days. They're still short on some of the details, but from what it appears to, what we understand is that these would be under the same conditions as the previous agreement. So that would mean in exchange of hostages for Palestinian prisoners, and that would allow humanitarian aid to get into the region as well. So today's Monday, the fourth and final day of the agreement. This then would take us to Tuesday and Wednesday. So it would continue the ongoing process of lists being exchanged between the two sides, where they would approve the list of those who are set to be released, and then they would be released through the Red Cross. And so the hostages that were taken during the initial attack by Hamas in October would be released in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. One of the wrinkles we've been hearing about over the last couple hours is that also Hamas doesn't ultimately control all of the hostages in Gaza right now. There may be other groups that are holding some of those hostages, so that might be a wrinkle in the ongoing truce, in the ongoing effort to get hostages released. But at the moment, Qatari officials, Marcia, have confirmed that they are extending the pause by 2 more days under the same conditions as the previous 4 days.
Okay, and Scott, have any hostages been released so far today?
It appears the two sides are still closely working through the lists that they exchange of who is set to be released. It appears that it is still likely to happen today, but they're still working through those 2 lists at the moment, and they're still expecting for it to happen later today for the prisoner exchange for the hostages. But it has been a bit delayed as compared to the last couple of days, where we've seen these lists come out and these hostages be released a bit earlier. But the two sides had been continuing to work through the list at last check, according to reports, and they appear to still be on track to continue this 4th day. It appears strange that the 4th day might not work if they've already extended for 2 more days. So at the moment, they're still working through the list, and we're still waiting to see when and how many people will exactly be released by Hamas and then exchange the Palestinian prisoners that Israel would release as well, Marcia.
Scott Hurst, thank you so much for bringing us those details. Again, a deal has been reached to extend the truce by 2 more days.